want to let you know, tonight I decided in my mind, we can bring out testimonies because we all have gone through so many situations during this pandemic. It's not been easy, right? Do you agree with me? Everybody has gone through challenges. Everybody has gone through struggles of various kinds. So tonight you will hear from these people real struggles, real challenges, what they have faced, and they will testify of God's goodness, how God has been good in their life, of what God has done in their lives. So tonight, as these people represent different age groups, there is a young mother among them. There is a mother of a toddler, young children. There's a mother mother of teenager, grown-up children. There is a grandmother, and there is a beautiful single lady. So you can identify with these groups of people, and you can identify the challenges that they have gone through, and we'll begin to glorify God for the goodness that He has done in our lives. So I'm going to hand over the mic to Charlotte.
So this past week, I got notification on my iPad that I could have an update for my iPad. As I was updating it this time around, which I've done many times, it took me back to the very first time I updated a device. And I remember at the time when I was doing it that it asked me if I wanted to update. I said, yes, push the button, yes. And then it takes me through all these various prompts. And eventually it was like, do you really want this update? And I was like, yes, I agree already. And I pushed the button and I waited with anticipation. The next thing I know, my screen is black. Now, you know this all happens, but that was my first time. And I thought, I have killed my phone. And I was really distressed. I know it probably only was a very short time, but I was very distressed until the Apple symbol came back up on my phone. And then I thought, okay, well, I have not completely killed my phone. But then I noticed that there was a bar that came up indicating how much of the download had actually happened. And the bar was, 2.5 inches, or if you're into centimeters, maybe 4 centimeters wide. And I realized that the amount that had downloaded was, like 1 millimeter. It was so slow. And I thought, this is going to take forever. I have things to do, and I want to get on with using my device. But I had to wait. And I was going through all of this week. It struck me as being something like COVID. Before COVID hit, we as a church have had so many promises and blessings from God, for promises for His care for us and a future that is bright, so much happening for us. And then we agree, we hit the button, and everything goes dark. And it's taking a while for the download to come. And it is in that time that we are presently. And we are learning so much as we wait on God. Now tonight, we get to put our finger on the pulse of these ladies here and find out what made them tick during COVID. So join me as we listen in to their hearts and this time of God. It's going to be a blessing. All right. I'm excited about this. I'm really looking forward to hearing what each one of you has to say tonight. This is kind of interesting. So first of all, just briefly, would you please, let's start. Sophie, you can start. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from. I'm interested in the country of origin because Jolene and I are probably the only Albertans here by a long time. And just something about your family.
Hello, good evening. My name is Sophie. I am from mainland China, in the province of Jiangsu, city of Nanjing. I am the second daughter of my family. My sister and my parents were still in China. I came and united with my husband. In 1999, I came to reunite with my husband. From there, history of my life completely changed. And we have 3 kids. I have 1 daughter and 2 sons. Now they are all growing up, and very proud of them. But the journey continues with the Lord. I originally work as an accountant. Then most recently, I will share later, and focusing on payroll department, payroll as a payroll.
Good evening. I'm Janice, and I'm married. Taken. Sorry, we're all ladies anyways. Doesn't really matter. Oh, okay. Focus, Jan. Yeah, my family and I immigrated to Canada in 2012, coming from Philippines. Um, when we came, there was only 3 of us, me, my husband, and Jayana. And after almost 10 years, we doubled in size. So now I have 4 kids. They're ages 12, 8, 5, and 2. And then we have grown. And prior to coming to Canada, we've been in Dubai and China. But then Canada was a promised land for us. So despite the hardship of starting here in this place, we believe that God has brought us here. That's why we are here, despite the cold, despite COVID, despite everything, because God has blessed us in this place. Because if you are in the place where God has placed you, surely He will not fail in His promises. Working as an accountant for a nonprofit organization, and that will be part of my testimony as well.
My name is Rohini, and I come from Sri Lanka. It's a little island just below India. And I'm one of 6 siblings, and the last by 2 hours.
Oh,
Yes, because I have a twin sister. And my name is Rohini, her name is Mohini, and she's in Sri Lanka. And my mother used to always say, you were so unhappy that your sister came first that you wouldn't come, because it took 2.5 hours for me to come. So anyway, I'm here, and I'm glad to be here, and I'm happy to be in Canada. And I went to a Methodist school, had my education. We were brought up under Christian principles, and then went to university. I was asked to specialize in a particular field, and I said, no, I want to do a general degree because I wanted to teach. That was my passion, to teach. And at the university, I met my husband, Laksiri, and we came, as soon as we got married, we came over to Edmonton because Laksiri was given an opportunity to do his PhD. Now, so Edmonton was our second home. Then after he finished his PhD, we went back to Sri Lanka, and thank God he brought us back here to Edmonton. This is really, we have always liked Edmonton and like to be here in Canada. We have 3 beautiful children, 2 sons and a daughter who came, who was the last, but she was such a pleasant surprise, and she is here today. And we have 8 grandchildren, 7 boys, and 1 girl who is here, Abigail. So we thank God for that also. And thankfully, they are all here in Edmonton, so we do get together. And we have a very good relationship and fellowship. I would like to also mention that my mother was a very devout Christian. And my father died when I was just 11 years old. But she, with her faith, brought us up. So I thank God for that too.
Hello, ladies. Good evening to everyone. My name is Jasmine Paluca. I came from Philippines. We came to Canada in 2010, and I believe it was like part of God's plan, because when we apply for Canada, we don't know anybody here. We're the first generation in our family to be in Canada. So 2 missionaries husband and wife came to our city, Dipolog. It's in the southern part of the Philippines. And we asked them, they were assigned to our church, to my mother-in-law's church. It's actually connected to ZAMIE as well. So we asked them, where are you living in Canada? Like which part? And they said, Edmonton. We don't know where that is. So we didn't know, oh, Canada. It's just we know it's Canada, like it's a land of snow. So when we were asked by the immigration, which city are you going to, we choose Edmonton for the reason that it's only the 2 missionaries that came to Dipolog that we know in Canada, that we kind of connected. So that's how it goes. So I'm so blessed to be here. This is a good land for us. It's a promise as well for us. So I'm a mom of 2. I just recently gave birth to a little girl. So that's part of the testimony I'm gonna give tonight. So I'm just gonna continue. I'm currently staying at home, mom, but I was working in the accounting. I'm also working, like Janice, I'm also working towards my designation. And yeah, I give God all the grace, the praise and glory for everything that He has done for us as the family. Thank you.
Good evening. I am Jolene. I am a longtime member of ZAMIE, and it's a pleasure to be here tonight. I was feeling my heartbeat a little bit sitting up here. This is, I don't know about you ladies, but this is a little nerve-wracking actually. But I'll just share briefly. I'm actually originally, as Charlotte mentioned, I'm true Albertan. I'm from up north, not all the way up north, but fairly north, which is Grand Prairie. And a little bit more north than that is Sexsmith, and that's actually my hometown, but most people don't know it. They know Grand Prairie. And so, yeah, born and raised there, and then came to Edmonton, did my studies. But I'm a prairie girl. And unlike all the numbers ladies, which I am not one, I thank God for accountants because I'm so not one. I'm actually a marriage and family therapist, and so I do counseling here in Edmonton. And by God's grace, it's expanded kind of internationally, so I do some counseling with people overseas in the Middle East and in the United States and stuff as well. So I'm trying to remember if there was another question. Good? Okay, good.